Casa Rosa Hotel. The building stands on a corner of two old important streets in the city of Porto. It is a very peculiar building, designed in the 40s by the architect Fernando Ferreira. The corner is enhanced by a special element with a belvedere overlooking the city and the mountains around it. We proposed the rehabilitation of the building's exterior image. The damaged stone cladding was replaced by a Portuguese typical grey marble on the ground floor, and all the other claddings, iron elements and windows were rebuilt following the design of the existing ones. This building had a cafe with a mezzanine and another store on the ground floor, office rooms on the first and second floor, and one apartment occupying the entire upper floor, probably belonging to the building's owner, with access to a roof terrace. The structure of the building is a mixture of concrete beams and columns and stone walls. The slabs are extremely thin, made of bricks, with an inner iron structure. The existing construction was extremely damaged, but still possible to be kept in its main elements. The interior had been deeply altered as a result of constant works and occupations. Throughout the years, poor quality constructions occupied the old terrace, changing the scale and sense of the building. Externally, the project aims to restore the image of the original building. The new program for the building, an apartment hotel, was adapted to the main structure and organization of the building. The constructions that occupied the original terrace were demolished, giving back to the building one of its most special spaces. The building is very narrow. Its minimum width is 4 meters. Despite the new vast and complex program, it was possible to organize it respecting the old building structure and typology, while including all modern necessities for a building of such kind. Due to the needed infrastructures for a hotel and its rooms, such as air conditioning, a lift, electrical fittings, etc., we proposed new partitions and different ceiling heights, hiding all kind of technical equipment. Entrance after the refurbishment of the original staircase. The mezzanine level includes the living and exhibition room for small cultural events, spaces for the preparation of breakfast, WCs, and a small reception. In contrast to all the circulation area, that have limestone floors and plaster white painted walls and ceilings, the living and exhibition room is subdivided into smaller spaces. Floors are covered with pine wood and walls with varnished mahogany. There are also textiles, leather, and copper elements. On the smaller cells, the ceiling is lower and painted red, while the space is amplified by the use of mirrors. The exhibition room is, by contrast, all painted white. In the remaining three upper floors, the space is divided into 9 apartments, 3 per floor. All spaces have natural light. In the rooms, the space is also virtually enlarged by the use of a mirror, in contrast to the circulation areas as well. The sleeping cells are partially covered on the walls with varnished mahogany panels, creating a more warm atmosphere. The only decorative element in each room is an original photograph from the famous Portuguese surrealist photographer Fernando Lemos, whose selection is mainly owned by the foundation that owns the building. One of the most difficult elements of the project was to integrate a large number of new bathrooms. Due to the small dimensions of the spaces, we opened the bathroom in glass with the possibility of being closed. The bathrooms and kitchens are all new and are covered in white marble from Estremoz, that was used in most of the Portuguese buildings. All details follow the principles of the pre-existing building, and all the furniture was designed or chosen by the architects. On the rooftop, the demolition of all existing constructions provided a terrace for collective use overlooking the city and the mountains around it. We expect to have succeeded in keeping the atmosphere of the pre-existing building.